Top 10 weapons to use on a civilian population. Number 10. A bomb. An effective way to defeat a civilian population is to bomb them. It is a very simple method of crushing dissent with fancy planes. It is only a minor war crime, so it should be fine. Number 9. Tomahawk missile. Here is an informative video.
The missile knows where it is at all times. It knows this because it knows where it isn't. By subtracting where it is from where it isn't, or where it isn't from where it is, whichever is greater, it obtains a difference or deviation. The guidance subsystem uses deviations to generate corrective commands to drive the missile from a position where it is to a position where it isn't, and arriving at a position where it wasn't, it now is. Consequently, the position where it is now the position that it wasn't, and it follows that the position that it was is now the position that it isn't.
Number 8. Heavy artillery. Heavy artillery has always been an effective method of attacking from long distances. Heavy artillery is capable of launching large projectiles that are very effective for shelling houses. Shelling houses is a very effective way to crush dissidents, and that is why it is number 8 on this list. Number 7. The Moab. If normal bombs aren't enough, it's time to bring out the big bombs. The Moab is one of the largest bombs ever used, and it is rarely used because of worries it would kill civilians. Fortunately, that isn't a problem, and the Moab is a very effective way to annihilate those who don't want to live under your People's Republic. Number 6. Napalm. A truly classic mass civilian casualty weapon, napalm can be dropped onto anything from small villages to big cities and burn them to the ground. If an entire region of your country thinks it is a good idea to demand more rights, just drop napalm on them. It's a very effective way to quite literally burn dissidents to the ground. Number 5. Wrath from God. Unfortunately, it is a war crime to use nuclear weapons. Luckily, a 20-inch tungsten rod dropped from orbit that collides with the ground at hypersonic speeds should have the same effect without violating international law. Number 4. Laser. Lasers are lasers. What did you expect? Number 3. Railgun. The railgun, not to be confused with the railway gun, is capable of shooting projectiles at very high speeds using electromagnetic forces. Because of this, a majority of the weapons on this list could be fired by a railgun, provided we steal technology from the United States. I mean, use the great ingenuity of the Chinese to produce railguns capable of firing such projectiles. A high-velocity projectile capable of ripping through almost anything because of speed alone is perfect for ripping opposition forces to pieces. Number 2. Nuclear weapons. One of the best ways of completely obliterating dissent, just drop a 100 megaton hydrogen bomb and millions of civilians are instantly vaporized. Make sure to use multiple bombs for increased effectivity. Also make sure to launch a few nukes at enemy nations' capitals so they can't respond with their own nuclear weapons. We don't want to kill everyone else's civilians, just our own. Here are some honorable mentions. And finally, number 1. COVID-19. This is my personal favorite weapon to use on a civilian population because I am a Chinese text-to-speech voice that works for the Chinese Communist Party. Wait, what was that sound?